Can you start on the two guys you signed yesterday? What they're bringing to the table?
Yeah, really, really excited. Raekwon, I think he's one of the best shooters in the country. Just an explosive shooter, catch and shoot. Unbelievable athlete, fits what we do, great size, winner, and just love everything about him. He's going to be what a great addition. Marcus is a combination guard who plays, point guard, player of the year last year. They played in the backcourt in AAU together, so there's a great chemistry. They had one of the most successful seasons in the history of that program. But just winners, perfect fits for us. Really, really excited to get them on campus. I can tell you that.
Good to get it out of the way early, and then you got a couple other
guys.
Yes,
yeah. I can't talk about the other guys, but the two guys that we got are big time additions to what we need. They fit needs. They're perfect fits, and both have incredible skill levels.
What does it mean to get the #1 player out of the state of Oregon? Is that kind of to Altman a little bit?
No, listen, we don't look at recruiting numbers or what. We look for the perfect fit for us and what our needs are. And high character kid, great size, knows how to win, can make shots, can make others better. And those are the type of kids that we need. And you look at our zone, the top of that zone, he's got great size and can shoot it. I love him. We love him.
Ashley said she's got some PTSD from the bus fire after the Auburn game. How are you dealing with that?
It was a wild night, I can tell you that. The only thing that I wish burnt down was the tape, and we couldn't find it of the game. That's the only thing. Take it, burn it. What do you mean we don't have it? There's no record of it? Yes, there's no record of it. But we got listen. It's an amazing environment. We upgraded the schedule to see where we're at and to go down there and play a top 10 team on their home court. They're the type of team. They're really explosive, and all of a sudden we winked and we were down 12-2. A couple mistakes early. In that type of a game, you had to stay there and learn, move on, and get better from it, and try to challenge ourselves and know that we got to get better. What other? Do I have any trophies from that? We'll see if I get my sport coat back. See if it smells still. You know what I mean? See if it smells still.
What's been your focal point after San Diego?
Rest. 3 games in 9 days was pretty brutal. Going cross country, coming back. People don't know how good San Diego is, and to be able to come out with a victory and come 2-1 out of that road trip we're excited about that. Keep the spirits high, get them rest, and know that we got a great challenging tournament coming up in Vancouver that we're excited to be a part of. And it's going to be nice to only get into a bus and drive for about 2.5 hours and say, wow, this is close. So we're excited about the opportunity.
What's the biggest challenge of a tournament like this where you are playing back to back again?
Well, it goes back to that's what, hopefully we can play in the NCAA tournament. That's what you're playing multiple games early, local. Hopefully we have great fan base there and some following, and playing against 2 Power 5 conference teams that have a lot of tradition and have had a lot of success. And Santa Clara, Herb Sendek has won a lot of games, so they're an up and coming team. So it'd be great for us to be able to go down there, and I keep stressing local. Being able to not have to go long distances because we have another road trip to New York, but it's going to be a great opportunity for us. I know the kids are excited.
You mentioned the rest. How big is it to have that break before you go into?
It is. Cameron Dollar did a great job with scheduling, trying to give us the rest after that. It was the 3-game gauntlet, and we survived for the most part. And now we have another opportunity for another 3-game gauntlet, local. And I think we're get Noah back into, he hasn't been Noah the first 2 games. He played a combined 39 minutes and fell out in 2 games. We need to get him back. We need him on the court. Defensively, we're tightening up some things that we can get better at. I like the play. Nas Carter's played really good the last couple games, so that's nice. A guy who can come off the bench and give you an offensive spark. Hamir Wright's been great. And so, we just got to keep getting better. That's our focus. And it's a long season, and 1 game at a time.
is Noah's limitations on the floor because of fouls, et cetera, is that part of the reason of the offensive lulls you had?
I think so. I don't know about that. I just think that Noah's not, after he had the little injury, he hasn't been back to, the conditioning part and stuff like that. And he's a great player, and we need him. I just think sometimes, when you're getting double and triple teamed, to find that open guy, that's when we're at our best. And now you're playing 4 against 3, and he'll get there, and he has unbelievable moments. The second half of Western Kentucky, he was as good as it gets, and when he gets those eyes against Auburn, he's dunking on guys, and just needs to be more in control where we don't get in those foul trouble, where we can have him on the court. We need him.
Are you seeing progress from him as far as getting back to where he needs to be?
Yeah, I think so. I think he gets frustrated, sometimes when you're he got his weight down to about 220 during the summer, 225, and he was active, and everything was great. And then you kind of go down with an injury and gain some of that back. But he's a heck of a player, all Pac-12 last year, and we just need to get him back to where he can affect the game in both ends of the court, and we'll get him there.
Is there a preseason tournament that you'd like to eventually be a part of? I'd love to see you guys go back to Maui, but that's just me.
All you guys want to go to Maui. I'll be like, right. All your budgets will be like, everybody will be like, well, I don't know if I'm going to go to that one this year, but Maui next year.
Is there one that you'd love to see?
Listen, I think they're all really, they're all great tournaments. The Maui Classic, I've been a part of them. Mm-hmm. I've been to the Bahamas, which has been great. I mean, they're just great because they're during the holidays. You're watching a lot of great college basketball. You get interleague games. That's always fun. But there's not one, I don't think, specific. Maui Classic is great. We're playing in Diamond Head this year. Mm-hmm. The 2K last year that we played in Madison Square Garden. So, but I'll go with you on Maui. Give me an elbow. That's an elbow. All right.
I'm noticing all the Nike gear, obviously.
Yeah.
I call it the Evil Empire, but that's just me.
Yeah.
When you make the switch to Under Armour later, what does that mean to the kids and recruits? Does that stuff resonate? Excuse me, Adidas. Sorry, Adidas. My fault. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm about to say we're going Under Armour. What the hell was I didn't get the memo.
When you make that switch,
I didn't get the memo. Yeah.
Adidas. What does that mean to the kids? Does that resonate with them at all?
Yeah, I think it's it's one of the great brands in sports, and I don't know who was the MVP last year in the NBA. James Harden. He wears the Harden shoe. It's one of the hottest shoes out there. And
so does that mean that you should have some MVPs now?
No question. I think kids want to be it. So it's brand recognition, and it's going to be a great partnership. We're excited to be a part of it, and I think kids, they want to go to programs that are investing in them and give them an opportunity to be successful on and off the court. And I know Adidas helps us take that next step with their commitment to our program and the resources, and it helps us become better, and that's what you're trying to do.
Steve Nash wanted to be a Washington Husky once upon a time, ended up at Santa Clara. Do you ever scout up there, and does this kind of trip help, if there are any guys up there, recruit them?
I think we recruit everywhere. The Steve Nash's, it's one of the great stories in the history of basketball. Like this kid sending letters to colleges, and everybody was like, I don't know if I'll go up there. I don't know if I'll go up there. And next thing he goes to Santa Clara, All-American, MVP. It's one of the great stories in sports, and so we recruit everywhere. Try to get as many eyes on as many guys as prospects as we say. I think being local and going up there gives us an advantage. And basketball is growing. Basketball is popular. That's why we're playing there. It goes back to when the NBA came back here to play with the Supersonics or with Oklahoma City, and everybody's wearing the Supersonic gear. It's a great. It was an NBA town, and they love the game of basketball. And Canada's becoming a powerhouse in the world of basketball. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us to go down there, and for the fans in Vancouver and in the country. In Canada, to be able to see our products, see our school, and hopefully we can go out there, play well, and make some new fans.
You mentioned Nas Carter. What makes him so good as an energy guy?
You know what? He thinks he's the best player on planet Earth. So when he goes in the game, he has a confidence to him. I mean, that's what. But listen, that wasn't a joke, because in his mind, that's what makes him great. Sometimes he might take a shot. You're going, oh my gosh, he thinks he's making everything and that he shoots, and he's an aggressive guy, and he can be a spark because he's got that confidence, and he's going to go in there and be aggressive, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. But to have that offensive spark, what did he have in the last game? Him and Hamir off the bench. I think we had 20 points. We had a lot of production, and you need that in games. You look at Villanova. There was a guy that came off as sixth man that helped him win it. Dante DiVincenzo that's a huge thing. It's a huge advantage for us. We're happy with his progress.
You don't think he's the best player in the world? No.
Right now, no. But the kid is incredible. Like his work ethic, everything that he's about, it's all about work and going. Will Conroy's with him. I mean, they work out and. He's a special player, and he's got special talent, but that's his mind. So much of this stuff, you get kids, questioning their confidence. They got not with him.
Who is the best player in the world right now, in your opinion?
Oh, geez, you're going to put me on the spot.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, boy. Will Conroy would say Kevin Durant, Coach Dollar, and Dave Rice would say LeBron James. And I think you'd be an idiot if you didn't say LeBron James. He's incredible. He just wins everywhere he goes. Not only does he win, but ticket sales. The businesses become, like Cleveland, they were talking about the economic market right there in the city when he plays in games. I mean, he's what their Jay-Z's like, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. I'm a business. He's a business. He's incredible.
Do you remember when you were at Syracuse?
I love Carmelo Anthony, by the way, just so you know. So I would say, Melo, you're the best player in the world, baby.
He's not listening right now.
Yeah, I know.
Do you remember watching Zion at all in high school recruiting?
You know what's funny? I never saw him in an event.
Wow.
And you know what? You would watch. My son would say, "Dad, did you see this dunk?" And he would be like, he was the YouTube guy for me. I didn't recruit him. I didn't get to see him a lot. I never saw him live. But watching his athleticism and his size and skill and strength, it's a lot of comparisons to LeBron. That physical part.
Coach, I know you weren't here necessarily when Coach Sendick was at Arizona State, but what have you seen so far?
Well, I played when Coach Sendick was at North Carolina State. We had played him a lot, and then we played him to go to the Sweet 16 when they had Harden in Miami. So very familiar with Coach Sendick, and he's that cerebral coach. God, he's probably won 400 games. What has he won? He's been successful everywhere he's been. He's a great person. He's building. They just built a facility at Santa Clara, and they're growing that league with Gonzaga. What they've done, it just keeps pushing up. BYU's good. San Diego's very good, and so we know that they'll be prepared. They'll be disciplined, and they'll give us a problem. But we got to focus on us getting better. We got to get back to our defensive fundamentals. We get back to moving that ball and finding when Noah is open, but not stalling the offense, trying to get it to him. It needs to flow a little bit better, and we're working on all those things.
What's your kind of, with your history of going to these tournaments where you're playing 2-3 games in 2-3-4 days? What do you think is the secret to trying to?
Well, I know well, you know what, you gotta you're managing your energy, but you're going out and I'm going to win that game. What does it take to win that game? And our focus is on Santa Clara, and then you'll have a day off. Hopefully we can win. Then you're focused on that next game, and that's how we have to think. I think our style, how we play, and our system allows us to be a difficult team earlier in the year against teams that aren't used to seeing our defense. And, I think it gives us an advantage. So we're looking forward to that opportunity.
Couple more, guys.
The big question with the Adidas deal, though, are you guys getting Yeezys? Do you know?
I hope so. I'd be coming up here with them right now. I'd be like, the reflector set one, right? The new ones. I like the older one. They're so cool. And it's funny with the Yeezys. They're so popular amongst the kids, and it's not just basketball players. It's kids in general. It's like you're wearing a pair of Louis Vuitton. You see the Yeezys, like, oh my gosh, you see, he's got the Yeezys. He's got the Y2K, whatever they're called. You know what I mean? The 2KYs, or I don't even know what the heck. The ABCs, but they're. They're very popular in the culture, with the kids, and and listen, you just want to have a great partner that's doing everything they can to help you become successful and give you a competitive advantage, and it's going to be a great thing.
Don't you think Under Armour, that would be better than Adidas?
No.
What do you do with all your Nike stuff, honestly, when you make that switch?
Oh, geez.
What stuff do you have?
A lot. When I left Syracuse, it was like, it was like I was leaving. I'm like, my whole wardrobe. I don't have any clothes. I don't have shorts. I don't have anything. And it was like, put it in a box. Give it to friends, give it to family, give it to the homeless. Help people with it, and get that new stuff. Get that 3 stripes.
Do you keep any Syracuse stuff?
I have the Pearl shirt. The one that came out with Pearl when he passed away. Pearl was my idol growing up, and so when he had passed, those shirts, and I was going through some old memorabilia when we just moved into our house, and I found the Pearl shirts, and I put those aside, and we sent all the other stuff away.
That's the only shirt you're saving?
Yeah.
Wow, you want it out that bad, huh?
I want it out that bad. I did. But you know what's funny is I'm a collector. So if you ever come to my house, I'll have you guys over at my house one time. Can we do that? We'll do that after the season. I'll have you over at my house. And I have, my USA stuff, and then you have your memories. And so back in the day when I was a player, I had saved all my team sweatsuits. Mm-hmm. So I've got them on hangers, and it's funny because it could be a fashion deal. And I got all my USA stuff. And so I got the jerseys that I have people signed and my jersey, and so it's pretty cool.
Any short shorts from back in the day?
Oh my gosh, I had the short. Thank God I had spandex underneath, or they would have been up here. And I had great hair back then, man. Gosh, I was rolling. It's humbling when I watch it, but inspiring on the flip side. I used to be a good guy. Let's
just take that mic away.
All right.